Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. I'm Bill the Geek, broadcasting live from Mazatlán, Mexico. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we make videos about the joys of living in Mexico. Happy Saturday, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning. We have a lot of content this morning. The weather is great here. It's probably about 70 degrees outside, partly cloudy. Most of the sky is blue. In another 2 hours, it'll go up to about 83 degrees. The humidity is like minimal. I had some computer problems. One of my cameras, it's coming in and out. Sometimes it's working and sometimes it's not. So we might be stuck with just one camera today. And I tried some fancy stuff to put it. Oh, look, the other camera is back. I don't know what the deal is with this camera. It comes in and out. But when it's working, I'll be showing it. But it's working now. So we can see it. Whatever. But I had some fancy backgrounds, video backgrounds to put behind me. That's not working, but that's okay. Everything is A-okay this morning. Let me go in here to the comments and see who's talking. Ms. Sam asked me how I was doing this morning. Ms. Sam, it's another fabulous day here in Mexico. Mexico is great. No worries. We're just people down here enjoying being alive. Coco Mango in the house. Hola, Bill. Glad to see you. Glad to see you, Coco. And we have Jacqueline in the house. I think she is in Guadalajara. Katrina the Maker is in the house. We got people speaking Spanish in here. We got my new neighbor. We got my new neighbor, David, in the house. Oh, I think it's going to rain here. He's in Morelia. I'm going to be hanging out with David, I'm pretty sure. And David, let's get right to David. David contacted me after the broadcast last week, and he said, Bill, I'm sorry I couldn't make it to the broadcast. Me and the wife, we went to a little town right outside of Morelia, and I think it's called Quiroga. And if we look at the map, Quiroga is right outside of Morelia. Let's find it on the map. And here's the wonderful map that we have here. Let's zoom out a bit, go over here and find Morelia down here, and then let's zoom in on the Morelia area, and here is the little town. So him and his wife Maria went to this little place over here called Quiroga. And I don't know, that's got to be like a 45 an hour drive away there on the lake. And David was very kind, and he sent me some images. And I'm just going to show you some of the images he sent me. I guess this is on the way there. You can see it's a beautiful sunny day, very green, got really great mountains. Just think if you're in the car with David and Maria going down these nice little side roads. Look at the beautiful clouds. And then he even sent me some shots of the town itself, a colorful little town. And that's what I think I'm going to like about moving to Morelia, because I'll be able to visit all these little towns all around Morelia and in central Mexico. Somebody here in the building asked me yesterday, hey, Bill, we've been watching your videos. I mean, we have so many Canadians in my building. And after being here for 2 years, I know scores of these Canadian couples and families. And we know each other by name. And they were saying, Bill, where can we go that's kind of close to Mazatlán? You know, it's like 45 minutes away, 10, maybe an hour away. There's not too much of that. There's Concordia. It's not like Puerto Vallarta where you can go to Sayulita, you can go to Bucerias, you can go to San Pancho. There are all kinds of places close to Puerto Vallarta that you can get away to, but it's not so much in Mazatlán. But here's another shot of the city. I don't know what the event was. Maybe Dave can tell us what the event was. And then I guess everything's over. Here's another shot of the mountains and the nice green trees, the beautiful blue skies. And I guess for that day, it was a beautiful day for Dave and Maria. And if you're new here, this is a family. We're a family here. We get together every Saturday at 10 a.m. Ask all the questions you would like. There are no ridiculous questions. Make any comments you would like to make about living in Mexico. And if I can't answer the questions, somebody here in the group will be happy to give you some aid here. So let's get back here. We got Mary Jane. Hola, y'all. Warming up to 40-something in Denver. Lucky you, Mary Jane. That's gone. You got a heat wave going on. Nothing like a good heat wave. Right on, girl. And we got Matt in the house. Hola from Ajijique Pasa Hoy. That means what's happening today. We got a lot happening here. And Matt, we got pretty boy Brian Maiden in the house. Good morning, Bill, and all in the house this morning from a very sad and pretty boy, Brian. Well, that's Brian's got a story to tell because me and Brian were supposed to get together Wednesday, the last Wednesday of this week. That's like 3 or 4 days ago. And I had a trip planned for Brian. We were going to have a really good time at a full day event. But so Brian was in Puerto Vallarta and we were emailing, what do you want to do when you get here? And Annie was going to join us. We were going to go to, so I'm going to show you where we were going to go. And then Brian got sick. He emailed me. He was in the hospital in Puerto Vallarta. He says, I'm not feeling real good. I don't think I'm going to make it. So he had to fly back to Canada. So God bless you, Brian. And we've got some clips in that I'm not going to be in Mazatlán for too much longer. I'm going to show you guys the tour throughout this broadcast of what me and Brian are going to do. And it may be one of my final broadcasts where I really talk about Mazatlán and the city itself and things to do in Mazatlán. And those clips are coming up shortly. Glad that you can join us, Brian. Hope all is well. We got Lenora Wilson in the house. Good morning, Lenora. Katrina the Maker is in the house. Jamie, hey, Bill. Hope all is well. Snowing here in Canada. That's too bad. Dave James, hello from Port Angeles, Washington. Hola, Dave. And we got the infamous Jack Webb in the house this weekend in Ajijique. Coffee, chocolate, and wine festival on the Malecon. Ajijique is cool. Ajijique is grooving. Wee. Make sure, Jack Webb, make sure you make it to Wee and buy an omelet. They're very inexpensive and very tasty. But anyway, Berlin, how you doing? Good morning from La Paz. So glad here Vancouver has so much snow. So glad to hear, I think. Yeah. Why? Now, you don't have to live like a refugee. You really don't. It's a frosty 12 degree. Oh, no. Columbus, Ohio, man. If you're in Columbus, Ohio, and it's 12 degrees, it's time to leave. When I left the United States almost 20 years ago, I was in Columbus, Ohio, and it was in February, and it was 17 degrees. It was time to go. I got on a plane, went straight to Puerto Vallarta in February, and it was like 85 degrees. Yeah, man, fix that. You got to get out of there. No more, no more. Okay. Oh, minus 70 degrees, like minus 18 degrees in Illinois. No, no, no. Time to go. Jack Webb, I've been making mine and Pam omelets every morning in our B&B. Oh, Jack Webb, I misspoke. What I meant was quiche. Quiche. Go to Wee Wee's and get some of their quiche. They have really nice spinach quiche in, where's that? Where is it? In Ahiheek. Wee Wee, very inexpensive also. Jacqueline. Oh, there you go. Sunny all week in the 70s in Guadalajara. That's GDL, a great place. Well, let me just kick this off and show you guys, and Brian Maiden specifically, how we were going to kick off. Yeah, Brian. One of the first things that I wanted to do is first thing, if we got together Wednesday, and this is for everyone, but this is like 3 blocks away from where I would live. I thought it would be nice to go to the beach. We could just go there and see the people. And this is January. It's like, 72 degrees. Mazatlán has about 20 miles of beaches that we could have experienced, with all kinds of restaurants and food to eat, beer to drink, women to see, because I know that Brian and me like looking at the women. But Brian, I thought that we would kick our Wednesday off like this down here in sunny, beautiful, oceanistic Mazatlán. I thought that would be a good way to start that Wednesday. And with 20 miles of beaches, I mean, you really can't go wrong. Waves, and you can see that during the week on a Wednesday morning, there's really nobody at the beach. Like just maybe a few family members, little kids on the beach. Just Brian, this is and I'm in my helicopter up there. I was gonna see, because I haven't told you guys, but I have a helicopter, so we could have gotten on the helicopter and ride up and down the beach and take pictures of the people running around on the beach, just enjoying the sunshine and the warm weather. And I was really stuck on what we were going to do in the nighttime, because in the nighttime they have such wonderful sundowns here. Sun up, sundown. It looks like this. At this time of day, maybe it's like 75, 80 degrees, and people were just enjoying life on the beach. But I was trying to figure out, Brian, what we were going to do at nighttime. Yeah, but this is life in Mexico. That's life in Mexico. But anyway, we have more on to show Brian and you guys about what we were going to do that day, or just some things that you can do if you come to Mexico in general, or to Mazatlán specifically. Wee Wee's is a block west of the Lake Chapala Society, also around the corner from Tango Argentine Restaurant. Yeah. Jack Webb also Hotel Posada. The Hotel Posada, uh, it's called Hotel Posada. They have a pretty nice restaurant for generic American food. You can get some Mexican food there, but for bacon and eggs, it'll do the trick. Okay, now what else is going on? Oh, okay, so I'm going to do this video this morning with you guys. Then I'm going to go pick up my laundry from Alejandra and Louisa and Louisa's daughter. That'll be all good to go. Then I'm going to go buy some things at the tienda. Then come back here. Then my friend Michael, who lives in this building, he's a big Baltimore Ravens football fan. They're in the playoffs. Our time, the Ravens play at 2:30. So there's a sports bar 3 blocks away. It's 2 blocks from the beach. And at 2:30 our time, we're going to watch the Ravens play whoever they play. People have this conception that if they come to Mexico, then they have to give up their American or Canadian way of life. I'm not. I mean, life is life. You live how you live. And my neighbor Pam, she lives next door. She has some internet thumbnail drive, and she can get 30,000 channels. It costs her like $9 a month. She gets 30,000 channels. That must be every TV station in the world. So, I mean, you can get, you can watch movies in English, news in English. You can watch I Dream of Jeannie in English, whatever. Okay. Today. Anyway, I'm getting email notifications from Amazon that they're sending me money. Okay, well, now what's happening over here? Mr. JRH, the trading trucker. That's good living. Yes, that is very nice living. That's what we do down here in Mexico. Yeah, every day is a good day. And after we went to the beach, Brian, then I thought we would start off the after beach extravaganza by going to the Malecon here in Mazatlán. It's the longest Malecon in the world. I'm going to say it's about 13 miles. So you could make a whole day of just walking down the Malecon, just watch the ocean. There are lots of cafes and restaurants and bars, people to meet, friends to be made, and that would be part 2 before we started going to the interior. This is in El Centro. It's about this location is about a block away from Rob's Reina Del Mar bed and breakfast right now. Rob just posted a video. He just shared a message on Facebook. He's in Canada because he's Canadian. I've never met so many Canadians in my life before I got to Ajijic, Mazatlán. But he's freezing up there. He's up with his parents, I think. He's got like 18 hoodies on and then a fur coat and 2 pairs of snowshoes. He's freezing. Oh, whatever. Okay, now. Okay, David. What's David talking about? Hey, Bill, the town Quiroga is pretty well known for their carnitas. Pulled pork. It's delicious. I can't wait to get there, Dave, and try it out. I'm not a big eater, but when I eat, I like to eat good. Okay, let's see. Now, what else is happening? Somebody. I'm always open to interviews, and anybody that has a story about moving to Mexico. If you live in Mexico, you're getting your visa. Maybe you live somewhere that I haven't talked about, and you want to contact me and do an interview. I'm always open for that. This guy, he called me, a guy named Dennis. His wife died. Dennis is 77 years old. I think his wife died about a year ago. They'd been together for a long time, and he felt just totally devastated. And he had been watching Build Geek videos, and he said, "You know what? I'm going to drive to Mexico. I'm going to drive to and live in Mexico." So he did it, and he's in Mazatlán now. And he contacted me. He contacted me this week. And he said, "Bill, I want to do an interview. I want to share my story about at 77, how I got in my car and how I drove to Mazatlán from where I was in the United States." He's having a fabulous time getting over his grieving of the loss of his wife. And I'm going to interview him here. If I can, I'm going to interview him on the rooftop of my building. I hope we can get up there. I have a little problem with the elevator right now. But anyway, so if you have a story to tell, about moving here, about living here, we can do a live, we can do one-on-one, or if you have a story to tell and you would like to join us live, I can send you a link and you can tell your story live when we go live on Saturday. We can do that too. I'm open to all kinds of stuff. And look who's here. Oh, I think her name is Susie. So glad I caught this live. I'm in Morelia now and heading to Puebla today. Anyone in Puebla also got my permanent residency. Congratulations. I know that feels very good. Jack Webb is in Ajijic. He just got his permanent residency. It feels so good when you make that happen. You're here forever legal. And thanks for joining us this morning. We have 50 people in the house with 19 likes. Brian, but I had so much fun visiting Puerto Vallarta in the romantic zone. Ha ha. Meeting local Mexican, eating fantastic food, singing in a gay karaoke bar. My B&B host was great. I got hooked on enchiladas. Oh, enchiladas are the bomb. Enchiladas are the bomb. I love enchiladas. When I lived in Puerto Vallarta, I had this. I guess I was about 48 years old, and I had this Mexican lady, well, Rosalinda. She was like 88 years old, Mexican lady, lived like half a block away, and she was in love with me, man. I thought we were just friends, and her daughter. She lived with her daughter, who was like 35, and I thought me and Rosalina were just friends, but she wanted to get romantic. She was like 88, and her daughter would tell me, "You don't understand." Oh yeah, I can understand Spanish. I didn't. Oh, this woman was in love, but she would invite me over for lunch and for dinners. I'd go over and spend like half an hour. I'd tell her I'm only staying 30 minutes, and she would make enchiladas from scratch. And that's when I stopped eating enchiladas, because a good enchilada starts out with a lot of grease. You put a lot of grease in a frying pan, then you stick the tortillas in there and let the grease soak up in the tortilla. That's what makes the enchilada so good. It's almost like eating fried chicken. Whatever. But anyway, Brian, glad you had a good time while you were there. And let's see, only ask 2 ladies to marry me. That's very good for you, dude. Gotta keep your game on. Keep your game on, dude. Chris in the house. He is in I met him a few times. He interviewed me. He's a YouTuber. But let's go back to me and Brian's tour. So after we went down to MollyCon, then we would go into El Centro, and and these videos I'm putting up in a video about what I liked about MollyCon. I will put that video up Sunday afternoon, I think. But the beauty of the most beautiful part of Mazatlán is El Centro and these side streets. And these houses are like centuries, years old. They're all many of them are super modern inside. And mostly it's very quiet and extremely safe. Lots of restaurants, and look at the little streets. Given where I live, where everything is modern and just built like, in the last 20 to 30 years, you can almost imagine horse buggies going up and down these streets in historical Mazatlán. So, Brian, we were going to go into El Centro and walk around and check out some of the fabulous sights to see, some of the wonderful restaurants to take a peek at, and owned by Mexicans, making real Mexican food, with actual Mexicans in the restaurants that own the restaurants. And that's what I like about Mazatlán also. Unlike Puerto Vallarta, there's a lot of Mexican money down here. There are many Mexican business owners, college students. It's a very educated town. Many times people are eager to speak English with you. And Mazatlán, it's a nice vibe, Brian. So, and for anybody that wants to visit, it's cool. It's cool. It's time for me to go, but it's cool. We have 50 people in the house again and 21 likes. Feel free to click that like button. Let's see what's going on over here in comments. Jack Webb. Hey, Bill, just now. Oh, very good. Alvaro emailed me. Pam and I go to the immigration office in Chapala for our photo and fingerprinting. Woohoo! Right on, Jack Webb. Isn't that a great feeling when you go in? I don't really understand the fingerprint thing, but yeah, they take your fingerprints, they take your photos, or you take a photo in with you, however you want to do that. And once that gets done, then you just go back one more time and pick up the plastic card, and you're done forever. Ha ha ha! Woohoo! Congratulations, Jack Webb. And because Jack Webb emailed me this week, or he left a message or something, he said, Bill, when I go to the immigration office, I'll be there with Abaro, and I'm going to send a selfie of us, of the three of us in front of immigration. And as soon as that happens, Jack Webb, send that photo and we'll put it up for the Saturday morning broadcast. Okay, so what else is happening? Also, another couple emailed me this week. I forget her last name, but I think her first name is Michelle. She's a soul sister. She's a doctor. And her husband wanted to get together with me this week. So I said, okay. So we're getting together Friday morning at 10 o'clock. They're going to meet me at my place. Then we're going to walk a couple of 3 blocks and have nice breakfast on the beach. I mean, we're going to have breakfast right on the beach. I'll get the meet them, make some new friends, answer any questions that they have. I think they've been here a couple of weeks, so it's fun. If you're new to Mexico, I'm just starting to figure out. I've been in this building for a year and a half now, and now it seems like I know almost everybody in the building. And it's nice. It's nice to be able to, hey, Jim, how you doing? Oh, Janet, Jim and Janet. Oh, there's Aneta, and you get to know people. Although this building is filled with Canadians, it's crazy, but the same was true in Puerto Vallarta. And that was an all Mexican neighborhood. And I knew all of my Mexican neighbors by name. I knew their kids and their names. And, to say hello to them and to talk to them. Of course, keep on keeping on learning that Spanish, because the more Spanish you know, the more Mexican you can be. Yeah, I got more to say. Also, there are, I'm going to say, two types of, there are two types of Mexicans down here when it comes to speaking Spanish. And if your Spanish is challenged, I'm going to say that like 90% of Mexicans will try to help you with words that you're not understanding. Synonyms. They will help you with synonyms. Like when I go to the dry cleaners today to visit Alejandra and Luisa, I think last weekend, she said something I didn't understand. I said, I don't understand. I said, what's that? What is that? And then she gave me synonyms. Oh, this and that and this and that. And then I knew one of the other words. Now, on the other hand, there are Mexicans that will not help you at all. And I'm going to say that's like less than 5% of Mexicans are like that. Less than 5% will just look at you and say, I don't speak any English, adios, bye. Or they won't be rude, but they just won't say anything. Whatever. Okay, let me get back over here and see what people are talking about. We got people talking right on. And again, if you are new here, let us know that you're here. Where are you? What's the weather like? Where do you live? Why are you here? Oh, and for what it's worth, this week I put up a Facebook group. I put up a new Facebook group. It's called it's called Mexico Expats Living in Mexico, followed by Bill Dallas Lewis, Bill the Geek. That is the name of the group, and it is down in the description below. But there are like 4 or 5 paragraphs, and right before those 4 or 5 paragraphs, you can find that link. It's my new, and I told you last week, I was thinking about putting up a new Facebook group. So it's up now. Feel free to join. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I'll post my videos on that. But then you can post messages on there. It's very private. You have to join to get in, answer questions to get in, like people told me to do. But if you don't go down into the description and click the link, you might have to copy and paste the link. But if you just go to Facebook groups, do a search for Mexico Expats Living in Mexico, you'll find the group, because my name is a part of the group name. Okay, so let's continue here. Okay. Ms. Sam. Okay, Brian, I thought you were saving. We got flirtation going on in the group. Ooh, Fannie Willis had a little flirtation going on in her group down in Fulton, Georgia. They want to shut down that case just because she had a boyfriend in the law office. Whatever. Okay, Jack Webb. No, we walk out with the cars now. Great. No more return trips. Congratulations, Jack Webb. Matt, Bill, do you prefer PV or Mazatlán? Great question. Great question, Matt. I prefer, I'm going to say I prefer Mazatlán definitely. Oh, I've got to qualify this. I definitely prefer Mazatlán to Puerto Vallarta. Mazatlán has a lot of I'm going to say that the Mexican people of Mazatlán are more educated. There are more colleges here. There are more businesses here. Like I'm looking over at my kitchen counter right now. I can see this can. I just bought this coffee. It's very good coffee. It's called Merino. Marino. I've become addicted to it. It's excellent coffee. I used to buy my coffee at Costco. I'd get the French blend beans and grind them up and all that kind of stuff. But this is called Merino. And you can buy beans or you can just get the powdery stuff, put that in your coffee maker. But the headquarters of Merino is in Mazatlán. Everybody in Mexico knows that coffee brand. Pacifico, the headquarters of Pacifico, is here in Mazatlán. And so many businesses and universities. And what I didn't like about Puerto Vallarta was that you would go to many restaurants in Puerto Vallarta, and there were a lot of Canadians and Americans in these restaurants. Here, you go to really nice restaurants and bars, and they're filled with Mexican people. These people have a lot of money. They're business owners. And Puerto Vallarta, I really liked. I was there for 10 years. I was totally happy. But I liked going to Sayulita, San Pancho's, places around Puerto Vallarta. But Mazatlán, I think that Mazatlán is more sophisticated than Puerto Vallarta. So that's my take on that. I definitely prefer Mazatlán to Puerto Vallarta, though both of them have hurricanes and both of them are hot as hell in the summertime. I mean, just like last summer in Puerto Vallarta, if it's August and you go to an El Centro in August at noon, you don't see any people walking around. First of all of the snowbirds are not there, and the Mexicans don't go outside. They're smart, man. It's just too hot. So I'm done. I'm done with hurricanes and hot summers. And there is my cousin Denise Slade in Columbus, Ohio. She may be in Cleveland because her son, just Tony, her son Tony, who he's got to be 6'4". He had twins about 6 months ago. She's been taking care of them. And Denise, always great to see you in the house. Brian Maiden, Miss Sam, you were always on my mind. And get that dance and get that dance with you. Oh, we got flirtation in the house. Flirtation in the house. We got 59 people, 27 likes. Click that like button. Why not? Click the share button. Why not? Jacqueline, hey, Bill. Oh, okay. I have reached out to Alvaro several times and he does not respond. I told him that I was referred by you. What should I do now? Try calling him. Try calling him. He's very busy. He's got Jack Webb. He's setting up people with, and also now is the high season. This is his busy season. He may be overwhelmed. And I remember sometimes I would contact him and he would forget who I was. I've gotten him so much business. If I got a commission every time somebody would do business with him that I told him about, I'd be rich. But just be patient. This is January. It is the high season. And he's doing all this legal work between Guadalajara and Ajijic-Chapala. So be patient with him. If you want, send him an email every day, or just call him on the phone. See if that works. He used to have an assistant. I don't know if he has an assistant anymore. So just be patient and hang in there, but he always comes through. He's working with Jack Webb right now. Oh, there you go. There you go. Thank you. We got people, Jacqueline, we got people working with you all throughout Mexico. They're in Ajijic. They're in our group. They're in the room right now. DT Mac. Hello, Bill from frozen German village. We're at balmy 7 degrees today. German village. I've been there many times. It's a beautiful place, but no. I don't like snow. No. I don't like snow. No. No. Okay, Jack Webb. There you go. Thank you so much, and congrats to you, Jack Webb. I went back to Poncho's grocery store. Oh, yeah. Day before yesterday, I almost bought Tim Hortons coffee. People might think I'm Canadian, but I'm sure it's good coffee. Tell you what, Jack Webb, if you go to Super Lake, they have Costco coffee. So you can get the French blend beans there. It's not that expensive. I think they charge like 150 pesos for a nice bag of Costco Kirkland beans. I lived on that coffee from Super Lake because they don't have Costco there, but they have that there. And who would ever drink Tim Hortons coffee? Nana from Mazatlán. There's a homie right there in the house. He doesn't answer calls. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, hang in there. Bill, are you really in Mazatlán or in Southern California now? I am smack dab in the middle. I'm not in the middle. I am in northern Mazatlán in a place called what's this place called? I forget. Sabalo Country. Sabalo Country. It's the northern I'm up by the marina. Okay. Here we go. Hey, Bill. I had tried to reach out to Alvaro several months ago and never responded to me either. Maybe the email is wrong. Okay. It works for Jack Webb. Jack Webb, how are you contacting him? Are you calling him, or are you sending him emails? And if you're emailing him, Jack Mail, could you please email or just post up the email that you're sending him right now, and I'll see if it corresponds to the email that I've been giving everybody else. Okay, there you go. Okay, so let's get back to the tour that I was going to give Brian Maiden. So we've walked through the side streets, and the good thing about El Centro is in Mazatlán is everywhere you go, there are little restaurants. And look at this place. They got waffles and all kinds of stuff, places that are somewhat inexpensive. Okay, now breakfast. Oh, and then there's always going to the main plaza in Mazatlán. The main plaza, there's a name for it that I don't pronounce very well. but but everywhere you can see on the plaza, those are all restaurants. And it's very festive. I think this was on a Sunday night. And notice you're looking at mostly Mexican people that fill the restaurants, are out with their families. So Brian made it. I didn't know if we would go to the beach to watch the sun go down, or if we would go to the plaza and eat some more food. Let's see, what is this? Oh, I thought we would start breakfast at this place. Now, this is real Mexican food. You got Mexicans cooking. Mexican people own the place. They got frijoles. They got real potatoes. Look at that grill. That's how you run. That's a real grill. No charcoal. We just chop up a tree and stick it under the stove. They have mashed potatoes. Make use of that. Yeah, Brian made. I thought that's how we would kick off breakfast. And the only drawback to that place is that when you look under your table, when you look under the table while you're eating, well, you might see this. All these chickens under the table while you're eating. But I tell you what, I bet this place has great fresh eggs. Yeah, they're not getting their eggs from Walmart, I'm sure. Yeah, Brian Maiden, so we start with breakfast, and we take you around, show you what's going on. And I can't do this tour for everybody, but Brian Maiden, he's been here every week. He contributes to the channel, and it's greatly appreciated. Very good. Yes, thank you. Okay. Oh, there you go. So Jack Webb has everybody's back. Thank you so much. Ray Garcia, Bill, I have to return to Morelia for the monarch butterfly forest. How is your Facebook group coming along? I just started the Facebook group. I just started the Facebook group. When was that? Oh my. It was maybe 2 or 3, 4 days ago. I only have like 23 members. So that's how it's going. Kennart, hello, Bill. Kevin Bacon, I believe his name is. Happy to see you here, Mr. Bacon, and Miss Sam. Love it. Reminds me of Jamaica V. Common Dallas. Looks like you're in Laguna Beach. Many sites familiar. Well, this is not Laguna Beach. I've been to Laguna Beach many times. I bet they don't have a Mexican restaurant like the one I just showed a second ago with the chickens. And and here's Brian. We would, if we don't stop and get something to eat, we're in the plaza. This is in the daytime, and you can see a large amount of Canadians, Americans in there. I mean, this is probably around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. All of those are separate restaurants, but Brian wanted a tour. He says, hey, can you kind of show me? This is El Centro, and this is in the daytime. And that's a regular restaurant. V, they don't have restaurants like this in Laguna. Okay. This is El Centro. This is like 3 blocks away from the ocean. So you can go to one of the regular restaurants that are fabulous, or you can go to this wonderful upscale restaurant right in the plaza. Usually they have live musicians, excellent menu and choices, and very affordable. This is El Centro in Mazatlán, And this is about 2 or 3 blocks from the Reina Del Mar bed and breakfast. And you can find a link to Reina Del Mar bed and breakfast on my buildageek.org page under FAQs. And he does a week-long tour. It's going to cost you kind of a lot of money, but you can check it out. So let's go back over here. Here you go, Nana. Here you go. Nana, I was walking the plaza 2 weeks ago and was literally attacked by a cat for no reason. Well, that's new to me. That's never happened to me anywhere in my life, getting attacked by a cat. Woo, be careful. Carry a stick. That's why many people carry sticks down here. Brian Maiden, whatever we would have done would be a wonderful adventure. Thank you so very much, Bill. Brian Maiden, yeah, we were going to have a good time. And Mr. Maiden, thank you so much for contributing to the channel, because that's how we stay alive. That's how we buy our camera equipment and buy our airfare tickets and eat food and pay our rent. Brian Maiden, thank you so much for just being you and contributing to the channel. We have 62 people in the house and 33 likes. And Brian Maiden has contributed to the channel. The first one this week is greatly appreciated. But we have more. We have more. Let me say this also. I'm trying to figure out how to do this, but I am going to be doing some political stuff on the channel. And I think all of those videos are going to be titled Build the Geek Unleashed. So if you don't want to hear about any politics, if you don't want to hear anything about Trump or Nikki Haley or things going on in Florida, then if it says Build the Geek Unleashed, then just don't click that video. But I got to talk about it because the United States is in a very challenging time, and we have to make people aware that it's very important to vote in this upcoming election. It's a very dangerous time right now, and I've got to talk about it, so I'm going to talk about it. I'll probably lose some subscribers, but I'll pick up some subscribers also. But anyway, I'm trying to figure out how to put that into my video flow. And so I'm just saying, I'm gonna say little things about it. I know some people get upset when I talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it because I think that I know that it is very important. So I still have some places to take Brian. Oh, Brian, he asked me. We were sharing emails. I said, Brian, where do you want to go? He said, I want to go to the market. The market, this is a giant market. And Jacqueline, they have a huge market right in Tlaquepaque, pretty much. And it's probably about 10 times bigger than this market. But this market is huge. I call it a junk place. I mean, who would go in here and buy anything? I mean, it's filled with junk. Maybe some T-shirts. If you want to buy some real leather, go to Leon. Or some real silver, go to the Silver Town. But people go in there. These people stay in business. They close at 5 or 6 in the afternoon. They're open 7 days a week. But Brian, we were going to go to the market. We were headed to the market, and the market has everything. And the great thing about all of these markets in Mexico is they sell food. I mean, and you can't, I mean, the beef, the pork, and the fish that they have in these markets. I mean, look at this pork. You can't get a pig's head at Walmart. You can't get a pig's head or pig's feet. This is all fresh. This stuff all comes from the farm. Unlike Walmart, unlike the big grocery store chains, all of this pork and beef and chickens. See, friendly people cutting up that meat with love. This is all in the market in downtown Chapala. That's right in smack dab in the middle of El Centro. And something else that Brian said, he said, we want to go. I want to go to Fish Ladies. Fish Ladies is a very unique place in Mexico because what you do, not in Mexico, in Mazatlán. Fish Ladies is a restaurant. So Brian wanted to go there. We were going to get there around like 2:00 in the afternoon. And what he wanted to do is go to Fish Ladies. Well, the way Fish Ladies works is right outside of the market, they have all of this fresh seafood. And Fish Ladies will cook up this seafood any way you want it. And you can watch them cook it. There's some little lobster tails down there. I've never had good lobster in Mexico. I've had excellent lobster in Massachusetts and New Hampshire, even Ohio. But anyway, you go in there and you buy your giant shrimp or your octopus. You get whatever you want at Fish Ladies, and then you buy your seafood right there. Maybe get some to take home with you, and then you take it into Fish Ladies, and they cook it up. Oh, I think that's coconut shrimp, my favorite. Just a half an hour before you see that plate right there, it was fresh at the market. And so there, I think we have, and look, mashed potatoes, beans, salad, salsas. Oh, yeah, Brian, this is where look at her. She's happy. Look at that. There was not hardly any talking going on at this table. All of that is fresh from the market. You go to Fish Ladies, they cook it up for you, and you just chow down. Look at her. Look at her. Oh, she's not thinking about, look at her. She's not thinking about saying anything. Look at her. Look at that face. That face is in the food. That face is all in that food. Yeah. Look at him. See. Happy. So, Brian, okay, so after we go to Fish Ladies, after we go to Fish Ladies, Brian, then I knew we would need some exercise. We've been eating, we went to breakfast in the morning. We had fresh seafood for lunch. So it's time to get a little exercise. So I thought that after we went to Fish Ladies, we could go to a park and play some pickleball. Yeah. Yeah, they play pickleball here in Mexico. Lots of people. In fact, a block away from where I'm broadcasting now, a block away, this is the park. A block away, it's called Iguana Park. They're playing pickleball there right now. So, Brian, I thought we could have gone down there, and there's always some nice ladies playing pickleball. We could go there, get some exercise, and they have paddles, too. You don't even have to have a paddle. You just go down there. We get a little exercise, and it's midday. We've had a great original Mexican breakfast. We've had some Mexican lunch, seafood, and that we're about halfway through the day at this point. We got 62 people in the house, 37 likes, and click the like button, click the share button. We got some dollarinis and contributions. Let me get back to comments and see what's happening. Okay. Let's see now. Uh-oh. Let's see. Oh, I'm behind here. I'm behind. Okay. Maya, Kashmir, I hate politics. Oh, well, they're very important, and we need to pay attention to politics in the United States so we don't turn into a dictatorship like Nazi Germany, where they rounded up people and then they burned 6 million people. Because if we do not vote in the United States, I live in Mexico, I'm going to vote. And Donald Trump says he wants to be a dictator on day one. And Donald Trump is just a coin flip away from rounding up all the gay people, all the black people, all the Mexican people, and just burning them up in furnaces. So if we don't want to happen, we need to talk about politics. I'm sorry. Enough said. Miss Sam, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Thank you. Love you much. I love everybody. I love people just showing up. I love anybody that subscribes and watches my videos. And I love people that click the like button and the share button. But for people that donate cash, I really like that. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Freedom of speech. Yeah, I'm going to make up some little posters. I'm going to have them. So I'm not going to be real harsh about my comments like I was, but I'm going to make up some posters. It's going to say vote for freedom, vote for love, vote for unity. Vote. Nice little positive reasons to vote. Jack Webb. Speaking of junk. My wife has found a dollar store on the square in Ajijic. Being Southern, she's attracted to a dollar store like white on rice. This means I have to go to. Yeah. That's funny. And can you imagine? Maybe some of you can't imagine a dollar store in Mexico. Wow. And I've been there, and they got a lot of little things, very inexpensive, that you need and you want. I did buy real leather suspenders in Puerto Vallarta. I could use some of those myself. Miss Sam, politics run your life. People really believe it's uncouth to talk about it. Yeah, you got to do it, man. You got to do it, and you have to tell your friends to vote. You got to tell your friends to vote. This week, 3 or 4 days ago, Nikki Haley said there is no evidence that racism ever existed in the United States. That is a direct quote coming out of the mouth of Nikki Haley and her buddy Diaper Don. Yeah, and when people are talking like that and they want to be elected, you got to tell people about it. There's no evidence of racism ever in the United States. Jacqueline, hey, Jack Webb, Jacqueline, no, whatever. David, hey, Bill Marie and I bought a chicken here one time that was so fresh, it was still clucking about an hour before. Okay, now. Another joy of living in Mexico is what David is talking about. And where I live in Mazatlán, I have yet to find a butcher. And, there's nothing convenient near me. I have yet to find a creameria. And that's where all they do is sell cheese and butter and milk, all kinds of cheeses, a creameria. What else? A butcher and a creameria, or even a fresh vegetable shop. And in Guadalajara or Ajijic, Chapala, they have a lot of those places. And they get all of their chicken and pork and beef and vegetables are right from the farms. It's none of that Walmart corporate stuff. And so, I met a woman in my building, a black lady. She was in the Air Force. She's about my age. What's her name? Teresa. And she just went vegan. She just went vegan last week. And she went vegan, whatever you call it, because she had watched a YouTube documentary about all the chemicals in meat that you get at the grocery store. But down here in Mexico, once you find your butcher, your creameria, then you're bypassing all that corporate stuff, and you're getting fresh vegetables, fresh meats, and it's fabulous. The taste is so much different. It's wonderful. Richard, I never heard of this until recently. Oh, wow. Bulletproof. Yeah, man. Bulletproof backpacks for kids in the good old USA. Yeah, you got to talk about that, man. No, that doesn't happen in Mexico. We don't have that in Mexico. The kids in Mexico are not carrying around bulletproof bags to go to school. Not here in Mexico. Jacqueline, we need a dollar. We need a dollar-like store here for items when starting up, i.e. bath cleaners, kitchen stuff. Otherwise, it's expensive now with the dollar issue. Okay. They have a dollar store in Guadalajara. I think it might be called Waldo's because the sign looks like that book, Where's Waldo? And I think it has I think it has a picture of Waldo, and it's a dollar store. I've seen those in Guadalajara. They do have dollar stores in Guadalajara. You got to find them. And I don't remember where this one was, but I know that they are there. And Mary Jane contributing to the channel, super sticker. Thank you very much, Mary Jane, for contributing to the channel. That's what makes our boat float. Coco Mango, where's the best city for buying silver jewelry? If somebody has the answer, I know I've heard the name of the city. I don't remember what it is. So if you're aware of that, please let us all know now. We need your help. And then we have Ms. Jacqueline, super sticker. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Greatly appreciated. Katrina the Maker, I don't think you should feel obligated to police yourself if people don't realize you are multifaceted. That's their problem. Katrina the Maker, thank you very much. Yes, yeah. It's just I gotta be. It's like who said it? Frank Sinatra. I gotta be me. I think that was him. I gotta be me. I'm not gonna sing song. It's copyrighted. I get in trouble for that. Okay, Miss Sam, Nikki Haley isn't that bright. Hey, you guys, if you're missing what's going on with this trial, you guys are really missing out because Elena Bobbitt, who is Donald Trump's main attorney, she's a cutie pie. She did an interview last week, and somebody asked her, well, would you rather be pretty or would you rather be smart? And she's the lead attorney for all the cases he's losing right now. And she said, quote unquote, she said, I'd rather be pretty. I'd rather be pretty because I can pretend to be smart. Quote unquote. That's what's going on, man. It's like a soap opera. Whatever. We have 66 people in the house and 41 likes. Verlaine, we have there you go. We have so many Waldos in La Paz. Yeah, so Jacqueline, okay, so Verlaine is in La Paz, which is at the bottom of the peninsula. It's probably an hour flight from where I am. But Waldo's, I know that they have Waldo's in Waldo's. So in Guadalajara. So Jacqueline, you got to get on the internet, type in Waldo's Guadalajara, and then you'll find Waldo's. It's, I've been in one or two, but they have all the junk that is cheap. There you go. And Richard Moore contributing to the channel, and those dollarinis go a long way. When you give me $20, even if it's Canadian, that goes a long way. And Verlaine, I have a train of emails because we did that interview a couple of months ago. And I know I've talked to you on the phone, and I know I have your phone number, so I'm going to email you very shortly and ask you some questions about La Paz, because I am planning the trip. I'm planning the trip to La Paz, but I'm wondering, should I go to Cabo San Lucas? And there's some other towns there because I want to make the trip worth my while. I'd like to if I'm going to go and take a plane, get in the Airbnbs and spend a week there, I'd like to get 4-city visit. So I'm going to email you shortly and say, hey, Verlaine, can I call you now? Or when's a good time to call? And I want to call and get your advice. And also, I want to talk to you because you asked me, okay, I've been thinking about this. Last weekend, Verlaine asked me, she said, can I get a place in Puerto Vallarta for 10,000 pesos a month? And I had to think about that because towards the end of that chat, somebody said, well, $10,000 pesos today isn't what 10,000 pesos was like 10 years ago. 10 years ago, 10,000 pesos was $500. Today, 10,000 pesos is like $600. So I surely, and then last week you said, well, I don't have to live like, right in Old Town, right in the middle of what's happening and all that. But I am sure you can find a nice place in Puerto Vallarta for $600 a month. And check out my video on how I found my apartment in Morelia. That method does work. Go to Facebook groups, tell people how much money you are willing to spend and what kind of apartment you want, and you will find what you want. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Only here at Bill the Geek, we're rapping. We're getting things done today. Ray Garcia. It's, there you go. Yeah, there you go. It's Tosco in Guerrero. The mines in Guanajuato also. There you go. There's the answer to your silver question. There you go. Right there from the main man of Mexico, Ray Garcia. I don't know how he does it. He drops me a line. He'll say, Bill, I'm in Monterrey. Bill, I'm in Puerto Vallarta. Bill, I'm in Morelia. And he gets around. Thank you so much. And for you new and for you people that are new to the group, I don't know everything. Nobody knows everything, but people here, we got so many people in here with so much knowledge and experience. That's the good thing of people being around and working together. Bill, unleash yourself. Dave, Bill, unleash yourself. I want to hear your views and unique perspectives. Okay, I'm going to start bringing it on because what's going on up there now is crazy, man. It's just some crazy stuff. You got to keep Diaper Don out of the White House. He wants to be a dictator. That's what he says. He said it on the news like he says it every day. He said it in Iowa. He said it in New Hampshire. I want to be a dictator for a day, but dictators always want a little more. So yeah, I'm going to bring it on. Matt, thank you very much. So much. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Thanks everyone for being here and making this another happy Saturday. Before I forget, I do want to say something here. But let's get some more comments going here. Richard, to buy silver, the best city is Taxco, Mexico. It's called the Silver City. I got to go there. Let me write that down. I couldn't rewatch the video, but I got to write that down. Taxco. Okay. Okay, now here we go. Jacqueline. Yay. Yeah, Bill. Beer is almost $3 a bottle. Victoria. More? No. No. If you get a 12 pack, right now they have a special going on here at Modelorama. Go to Modelorama. They have Modelo. It's like Modelorama. Okay. I'm going to go buy a 12 pack there. And that's going to cost me 90 pesos for a 12 pack of Modelo Especial. That's going to cost me 90 pesos. That's like $4.50 for a 12 pack of Modelo Especial. If you're paying $3 for a bottle, unless you're going to a restaurant, don't. That's for $3 for a bottle. That's what you're going to pay in a restaurant. And another tip for people is I never order mixed drinks in restaurants in Mexico because the people are crazy. If you order a mixed drink in Mexico, the people go crazy. It's like, oh, mixed drink? Oh, we're going to charge you a lot of money. I was in Puerto Vallarta. I took some woman out. We went to a bar on the beach and we have a special drink tonight. It's called blah, 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 whatever. I said, okay. All right. And I mean, it was a little drink, came in a little glass, wasn't anything special. It didn't taste that good. It was 200 pesos for one drink. We got two. That was 400 pesos. That's like $20. No, I don't think so. You buy a shot of tequila in Mexico at a restaurant. You buy a shot of tequila and it's like 80 pesos. That's $4. Okay, I've been down here too long, right? But 80 pesos for a shot of tequila, and your mind starts changing once you get used to paying pesos. It's like 80 pesos. Yeah, okay, that's $4. Okay, well, $4 doesn't sound like that much if you're in the United States, but after you've been down here for like 20 years, 40 pesos, $4, 80 pesos sounds like a lot of money. I never, ever buy mixed drinks in a bar or restaurant in Mexico. Okay, whatever. I had to go off on that. There's Silver City, Jacqueline. There you go. Ken Art. I'll be 60 this year and I'm done with politics. Trust me that most of all of them are corrupt. Yeah, well, you know, we all have our little things in private that we do, but some are criminals. Like Donald Trump is a convicted rapist. Okay. I mean, Donald Trump tried to overturn democracy by stealing the election. So you have some criminals, like maybe your mother-in-law, that goes into a Walmart and she steals a candy bar. Okay. But then we have people that go into a bank and shoot 5 or 6 people and then steal like $1 million from the vault. So yeah, criminality is all relative. So you have the people like your mother-in-law stealing a Hershey candy bar. Then you have somebody that goes in and kills 5 people and steals $1 million and then cuts their heads off for a couple of hostages. Yeah, it's all a level of relativity. And I'm 67, and or it's like Norman Mailer. Norman Mailer made TV shows. Nobody made TV shows like Norman Mailer, like All in the Family. He talked about race. He talked about sexism. He talks about homophobicism. Nobody wanted to talk about that stuff, but because of him, people talked about it. And he lived till he's like 100 years old, and he looked at people and said, "Hey, we need to think about what is good for humanity and bringing about love and unity and joy and prosperity to all people on the planet." And I, Bill Dallas Lewis, Bill the Geek, I will talk about love. I will talk about unity. I will talk about prosperity. I will talk about freedom, because that's who I am. And I will do that 30 seconds before the minute that I die. In New Hampshire, their license plate says live free or die. And that would be me, Bill Dallas Lewis. And I see people, now we're down to 58 viewers, and that's just the way it goes. Thank you very much, Dave, for contributing to the channel. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. Red Wing in Mexico, how long would it take a one-legged grasshopper to kick all the bumps off a dill pickle? Asking for a friend. I don't know. You got me on that, Red Wing. Miss Sam. Okay, Jacqueline, GDL is fabulous. I find it very cheap. El Centro has all the beautiful foods. I got stuff real cheap. El Centro, that giant market in Tlaquepaque. If you know where to go. Now, I lived in, where did I live? It was a suburb of Guadalajara. It was about a 15-minute ride from El Centro. But the community, there was a half block away, there was a fish market. There was a beef market, a cream market, and the prices were. Then you have the tianguis. You have the tianguis, which is the fresh markets. The fresh markets, and they have these in Ajijic, Chapala, specifically Chapala. And they have them in Guadalajara also. You have to find the tianguis. I'm gonna call it a swap meet. And like I've got on these sweatpants here. Whenever you see me wearing a hoodie, I bought that hoodie at the tianguis for like $3. These sweatpants I have on, I got it for like $2. And they have all this fresh vegetables, meat, fresh chicken. You find that at the tianguis. And in Chapala, they had this tianguis every Monday morning. Starts at like 6:30 in the morning. It's like 10 blocks. One street is 10 blocks of stuff. Really cheap clothing, really cheap fresh vegetables and meat, all kinds of other stuff. But Jacqueline, in Guadalajara, I've been to a couple of tianguis there. They have them at regular locations, and they're giant. They're way bigger than the one in Chapala. It's like one square block that they block off, and it depends on, they have them throughout Guadalajara. They have tianguis in everywhere you go in Mexico. Where I'm going to Morelia, the guy who's renting me my place, he said they have a tianguis like 2 or 3 blocks away every Tuesday and Thursday. I'll be visiting there to get all my cheese, whatever. Just there you go. That's enough. Okay. Jacqueline, thank you. I'm in Americana. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, Americana. Is that a community? Thank you, Ray. Very good. Okay. Ms. Sam, Bill, I follow your advice and post that. I was looking for a place. One guy responded that he rented 6 bedrooms and 3 baths for 6,500 pesos a month. Okay, so 6,500 pesos a month is about max $400 a month. And you're using my method. See, there you go, man. Yeah, man. And if you look around, there are a lot of extremely affordable places throughout Mexico, but you can't find them on Craigslist and these rental places. If you search Google for these places, you're not going to find them. Use the Bill Dallas Lewis method of finding the place that you want, given the way that I've told you guys to do it. It works. David, hey, Bill, have you tried Victoria beer? Yeah, I've tried Victoria. And tell you what, Dave, I was a Heineken freak. I was a Heineken freak for years. That's all I drank was Heineken. Then I don't know why, but because Heineken got to be expensive. It was kind of affordable, but then they started, Modelo Especial, for some reason, I just hooked up with Modelo Especial, and that's my groove. Modelo Negro is a little too strong for me, okay? Victoria is okay, but it just doesn't do the thing right for me. And I do have something that I want to say. I found out a little tip here. And you guys can look this up for yourselves and see if I'm on the money or not. You guys can look this up for yourselves, see if I'm on the money. But Modelo is made by a company called Grupo Modelo. And Grupo Modelo makes Pacifica, Modelo, and Corona. Pacifico, Corona, and Modelo. Now, here's the kicker. Here is what really surprised me. Grupo Modelo, and you guys fact check this. Let me know if it's true. I just read this yesterday. I wrote it down. I wanted to put it up on the broadcast. But Grupo Modelo is owned by Anheuser-Busch. That's kind of unbelievable, right? Isn't that unbelievable? And it's unbelievable to me that the former Senator John Kane, his wife, I forget his wife's name. Of course, John Kane died, but his wife lives on. And if I'm not mistaken, her family owns the Anheuser-Busch company. But it's just so funny. Who would have thought that this her family's super rich, but he was captured in Vietnam and he was there. They tortured him for like 6 years or something. But she fell in love with him and married him. But so much, it just surprised me. So much money. Anheuser-Busch, whatever. Let me continue with what's going on. Okay. Okay, here we go. Miss Sam, I've been there. I know. Colonia Americana. Very good. Love it there. There you go. Jacqueline, hey, can someone recommend a transportation company that I can bring my very important things to Mexico? This expat woman from Chapala wants 17,000 pesos 8 by 10 storage unit. Shut the front door. Okay. Let me think. Jacqueline, let me think about something. You are in Guadalajara. If I'm not mistaken, in Chapala, Ajijic, there is a company called Mexico Movers. I forget but I do believe that company they have a Facebook page. Now, Ajijic Chapala is not that far from you, but this name is sticking in my head, and they were moving from Florida to Ajijic, and they used Mexico Movers to move all their stuff in their house. And it was kind of complicated because they had to get it to the border, and then they filled out all this paperwork for everything that they owned and all this kind of stuff. And the whole thing from Florida to Ajijic, the move cost them $9,000. That was about 3 years ago. So that would have been about 20,000 pesos. But the guy gave them a deal. Mexico Movers gave them a deal. So they only paid, like, instead of $9,000, $6,000. But go to Facebook, do a search for Mexico Movers Ajijic. And I've actually talked to the guy because I was thinking about moving some stuff, but call this guy, talk to him. He will talk to you, whatever. Now, Ken Art. Thank you. First of all, thank you so much, Ken Art, for contributing to the channel. Do not go to Cabo if you expect prices to be inexpensive. Stay on the outskirts, Los Cabos and Uber in the city. I stay at Hacienda del Mar. Let me write that down. Hacienda del Mar. Yeah. And again, Ken Art, thank you so much. Thank you for contributing to the channel. Thank you everyone for showing up, and thanks for sharing information with one another. But when I go to get my laundry done, which is what I'm going to do as soon as I shut down the broadcast, what's her name? Alejandra. She has a little small laundromat. It's not laundromat. I mean, she does your laundry, but she's got all these machines in there. It's about as big as my apartment, actually. And she's not super wealthy, but she travels a lot. And before I go anywhere, I say, hey, what do you know about so? Oh, I've been there. I got relatives that live there. She's going to Cabo in the near future. And I said, well, Cabo's expensive, right? She says, yeah, it's very expensive. And I've heard it's expensive. So thank you for that tip. But if I'm going to go to La Paz, I've got to go to Cabo. Red Wing. I just broke up with my cross-eyed girlfriend. Apparently, she was seeing someone else on the side. Red Wing. Been there when your woman cannot keep her hands to herself. That's what happened with my second wife. She was hot as a Playboy bunny, and her families, well, they were billionaires. And I mean, that girl was hot, smart. She was a doctor, but she could not keep her hands to herself. And so I had to go, because if you're gonna be my woman, I want me to be your man, and God bless you. And there's always there's always someone out there to treat you right. No reason to be with anyone that's not going to treat you right. Good luck. Bella, I'm 32. I want to start planning my move already. Any suggestions for solo women? wanting to make the move on my own. Bella, I don't think you'll have a problem. All I can say is, check out what kind of income you're going to have. I would suggest trying to work online. If you're a counseling professional, that's a great profession. If you want to do sales online in the United States, you can do that online down here. Or maybe you're already independently wealthy. That'd be great. If you're a billionaire, you're 32, you coming down here, hook up with me and you can just pay for all my stuff. Ha ha. Yeah, girl. Ha ha. But as far as working, making money down here, you're going to be making pesos, and that's going to be hard. So unless you go into real estate or something like that, but getting down here is not a problem. Just be selective about the people that you hang out with, and just don't do stupid stuff. Stay away from drugs. And I don't want to sound like purish or anything, because when I was in the United States, I did all the drugs. I did all of them, and I enjoyed it. When I was in college, I'd smoke a ounce of marijuana in 3 days. Woo! Yeah, I think going to Dartmouth College, I was high every day for 4 years. I ain't proud. It's true. But I don't look for marijuana. I don't ask anybody about, anybody that knows, just stay away from questionable people. Don't go out late at night with questionable people. Don't go out till 6 o'clock in the morning, get drunk, don't know where you are. Don't anybody that is shaky, stay away from them. But other than finding a place, I'm real boring. I'm very boring. Well, my neighbors, Chuck and Rosie, they moved to Ecuador. They lived in Ecuador before. Then Ecuador had political problems, so they moved here to Mazatlán. They didn't like Mazatlán. They moved back to Ecuador. Rosie is a beautiful woman. And she says, well, I'm boring. I go to bed at 8 o'clock every night. I mean, that's kind of the way I live. And 8:30 for sure, I'm in bed. I'm not out in bars and stuff. So Bella, getting down here and being safe is not hard to do. But figure out how you're going to pay for your stuff. How are you going to earn money? I'd say that's how are you going to earn money? That is the big one. Jack Webb, I'll send someone to you house in the USA who will look at your stuff and give you a cost, no obligation. Okay, send it on, Jack Webb. Bill, my core is black and my beer is black. Okay, Modelo Negro. I'll never go. That's funny. My core is black and my beer is black. Modelo Negro. I'll never go back. That's hilarious. Coffee. Oh, coffee. Okay. And the coffee thing, that's got to have, well, how, if you ask a white woman, well, how do you like your coffee? Well, no, how do you like your men? How do you like your men? I like my coffee like I like my men. Strong and black. There you go. I know all the sayings. Now, Bill, if you're close to a Cuban cigar store, you may be my best friend. Yeah, they have to be here. I haven't seen them. I saw a few of them in Chapala. I saw a few of them in Guadalajara. I saw some in Puerto Vallarta. I don't remember seeing any. Not that they don't exist in Mazatlán. I'm sure they do. I'm not a cigar smoker. Sorry. John McCain. That's what I'm talking about. John McCain. Richard, the Trump administration put the Circus, Barnum, and Bailey Ringling Brothers out of business. They had way more clowns, with Trump being the number one clown. Yeah, they call it the clown car on fire. Yeah, that's what's going on. Yeah. Oh no, Jacqueline, no, that's no. $17,000, no. $17,000, no. 9,000 is a lot of money, but $17,000 US to move your stuff, no. Contact Mexican Movers in Ajijic, Chapala. Look them up on Facebook and see how that goes. And John Kerry Lurch is married to the Heinz ketchup queen. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, for sure. Jack Webb, thank you. What is the name of the company that you are speaking of? Give it up, Jack Webb. Terry Don Marshall, there's a company called maybe that's it. Best Mexico Movers. Try that too on Facebook. Try that. Best Mexico Movers. It's either Mexico Movers or Best Mexico Movers. Okay, now Red Wing is telling a joke. Okay, here we go. Yes, I was. Oh, okay. All right. Now, Terry Don, thank you. Here we go. Strom White. Google them. There you go. Strom White. Google them. Okay. Bill Red Wing was making a joke. Okay. He. You guys are funny. Thank you, Jack Webb, but Strom White is the company that, wow. Okie dokie. So it's all coming out now. Oh, sorry. They are across the street from me. Ooh, hey, whatever. My grandpa is addicted to Viagra, and one is taking it harder, and no one is taking it harder than grandma. Ha, 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 ha. Also, for you people that buy Cialis and Viagra, I've been meaning to do it for months and months and months, but they have a knockoff, I guess you would call it. I forget. It's like, you can buy no name Tylenol, but they have a knockoff version of that at the pharmacy of Guadalajara that's very inexpensive, much cheaper than Viagra or Cialis. And of course, with those things down here, you don't need a prescription. I was walking to the laundry lady yesterday, and right next there's a pharmacy right there, and she had one of those signs right outside of her door of the drugs that she had for sale. And the first two drugs on her sign were Viagra, Cialis. And so maybe next week, for you guys that do Viagra or Cialis, I'm going to show you the box name of this stuff that you can get at Pharmacy of Guadalajara. It's very good, very inexpensive. But, just want to share with you the joys of living in Mexico. One of the big joys of living in Mexico is being able to buy a knockoff version of Viagra or Cialis with no prescription at 75% less of the price. Okay, now here we go. Jack Webb, I was getting a haircut yesterday in the square in Ajijic. Someone was smoking a big old doobie while I was in the barber chair. Yeah, people do smoke marijuana. Yeah, people smoke marijuana in Mexico. Doc, good morning, Bill. Wake up this morning in Atlanta, and the temperature's 19 degrees. That's not good. 19 degrees. I have an appointment at Mexican consulate to get my residency started. Congratulations, Doc. Jacqueline, Duharati, are you going to the consulate in Atlanta? What are the financial requirements? Yes. And now that's very interesting because the financial requirements vary by consulate to consulate. That's why you want a good immigration attorney, because you may be dealing with one and they're charging you like $1,000 more dollars, or your financial requirements are like $1,000 or $100,000 more than another one. So whatever. Now, Jack Webb. Viagra is cheap in the States now. The other day, an old man came in to get some. His old lady asked me to take her blood pressure before they left. Okay. Ken Art, thank you very much again, Ken Art. And thank you guys for contributing to the channel. On making money, I've had to survive 10 years being visually disabled. I make easy money with covered call stock options. Okay, good for you. And there are many ways. And Ken Art, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. But you know, I came down to Mexico working online. And I've never made any money in Mexico. All my money I've made in the United States. And it's not a lot of money. I don't make a lot of money, but there are many that there. And with Etsy and selling T-shirts or writing books for Amazon or any skills, or, you know, I was thinking really, I mean, I know some counselors, I know some social workers down here who do all of their work online to make very good money doing social work or counseling online. And I was thinking yesterday, and because the next video, I'm going to put up this video tomorrow about, you know, the things I like about Mazatlán. I still have some more video clips to show for Brian Maiden, but so the video after that. So that video will go up on Sunday. Then I'm going to interview Dennis, the 77-year. That video will go up Thursday. But next Sunday, I'm going to put up another video about working online. And I was thinking there are a lot of people on the planet that speak English that they just want somebody to talk to. I bet you could find a group of people that would pay you $50 an hour just to be their friend, you know, and you set an appointment and you just listen to them for like an hour, you know, and then you don't need any license. You just, hey, need a friend, want somebody to talk to for an hour for $50 an hour. I bet for somebody that could market that well with a good website and some good search engine optimization, I bet that might work. Red Wing. You're full of jokes, aren't you? Okay. Bill, gotta skedaddle. Gotta pick up my own laundry before they close. Jacqueline, Dulce Vida, I'll tell Abaro about you guys on Monday. Love everyone. Peace out. Thank you, Jack Webb. Thank you all for sharing. You guys are great. Okay, let me get back to some things. We have 57 people in the house with 49 likes, and I still have some video clips. So the last place we were playing pickleball with Brian Maiden. So Brian, I thought after we played pickleball and after we exhausted ourselves, then maybe you might want some ribs. And this is a rib joint in Mazatlán. I think they have 5 locations. It's called Roy's Ribs, and they're delicious. They're juicy and meaty, and they serve other stuff there too, but this is their main things. I thought, Brian Maiden, I thought we could go there. Look at these. See, she's happy. Yeah, French fries and ribs. Roy's Ribs, specific to Mazatlán. I thought we could go there. And Brian, after we see, everybody's happy. Look at her. Yeah, look at her. And after we go to Roy's Ribs, Brian, Uh, where am I? Where's the camera? After I go to Roy's Ribs with you, and we played pickleball. We had a great Mexican breakfast and all of that. Then it's time to chill out and have a beer at one of the best views in Mazatlán. So we were going to go here. We were going to go to this place. And, that's the wrong one. We were going to go here. And this is the Best Western Hotel, which really surprises me. And this is right in El Centro. This is right on the Malecon. It is across the street from the Reina del Mar bed and breakfast. That's Rob's place. And the food is very good and extremely affordable. And from this Best Western, this must be on the 12th floor. We go up there and we have a delicious snack, an appetizer, Brian Maiden, and a couple of beers before we go to our next and final location. Another quick view there. We're on top. And the only thing I've eaten here is cheeseburgers and guacamole with chips. But there's the Malecon right down there. There are the three islands. I think it's Goat Island, Bird Island, and Deer Island. Yeah, Brian, I thought that this would be a great thing to do after we have some ribs, after we played pickleball. We've walked the Malecon. We've walked through El Centro. But we still have one more stop. We still have one more stop, Brian Maiden, after we have a couple of beers, and then we're going to go, Brian Maiden, then we were going to go to my favorite restaurant in Mazatlán, and it's called La Marea. La Marea. It's a seafood place, and I like it because they have excellent food and an excellent view. It's not, it is kind of pricey depending on what time of year you go to La Marea. You may have to wait. I think I went here in May, so there weren't a lot of Canadians and Americans in town at that time. But for the view and the excellent seafood, La Marea, Brian, this is where we were going to end the day. So, Brian, as you can see, I was well prepared for your visit. And but all of these places will be here when you decide to show up, if you get here before I leave for Morelia. Yep, there you go. Now, Ken Art. Thanks, Jack. Thanks, Jack. Jacqueline saying thanks, Jack. Ken Art. Thank you so much, Ken Art, again for donating to the channel. I learned stock options from the Wealthy Investor on YouTube. Well, worth it. Right on. If you can do it. Thank Ken Art. Thank you for contributing to the channel. We have 52 people in the house, people donating cash. We have 50 likes. Wonderful for that to be happening. Thank you again, Ken Art. Brenda Sage. Wow. What do you wow? Tell us why you're saying wow. Bill, do you still stay in contact with the African American couple that you interviewed in Mazatlán? And that would be Rudy and Sheila. Rudy and Sheila. And usually Rudy shows up here on Saturdays. I do need to contact them. I want to contact them, get together with them, maybe do like a lunch or breakfast thing before I leave town. But no, I haven't. They're only like 2 miles away from where I live. So I would like to get together with them before I leave town. Wonderful people. Anna Titan, how you doing, Anna? It's freezing cold in North Nevada, and also I am Hispanic, Latin American, descent American. Right on, Anna Titan. Woohoo! Great to see you, Anna. Brenda Sage, the view of the ocean on that rooftop was wow. Is either one of those places, Brenda, La Morelia? Notice it's La Morelia and not La Maria. It's La Morelia is an excellent place. And I tell you what, that hotel, I've been talking a lot, so my mind's starting to go blank. But it's an American hotel. It's right in El Centro, right on the Malecon. And that view is spectacular. And the food and the beer is really cheap. And they have a swimming pool up there. I think the rooms are about $126 a night. Okay. Ms. Sam, Brian, I will be in Morelia. How are something? Discontinued. Hi, Airy. Okay. Here we go. So Pepper Company. Ah, that is her. That is her. Good morning, Bill. I can see by your picture. This is Michelle. Michelle, I told everyone about you at the very beginning of the broadcast, and I said, "Oh yeah, I met somebody emailed me, a doctor. I forget her last name, so I called you Dr. Michelle." And I told them that I'm meeting with you guys Friday morning, that you're coming over to my place, and we're going to walk somewhere and have breakfast on the beach. I said that about 2 hours ago. Yeah. And you're loving Mazatlán. See you on Friday on your side of town. Can't wait to meet you. That will be a good time. Woohoo! Well, you guys, we've been at it for 2 hours now. So I need to contact Verlaine in La Paz because I got to wait. I don't want to book that air flight until the 5th of February. So I'm hoping I can book a flight on the 5th of February and get a good rate flying to La Paz, getting into La Paz around the end of February, because I don't want to go to La Paz when it's hot and humid. So I got to call Verlaine, talk to her about that. And hard telling. I didn't know what I was going to talk about this week. But I'll have something else to talk about next week. In the meantime, I'm getting ready to close things down. Let me find some stuff here. All I can say is that I love you all. Thank you very much for showing up. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for being happy people. Thank you for sharing. Just thank you for being yourselves, as Sly and the Family Stone would say. So I'm Bill the Geek, and this is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. We make presentations about the joys of living in Mexico. In the description, you can join our new Facebook group, or just go to Facebook, look for groups, and look for Mexico Expats. And the Mexico Expats group that I started, it's called Mexico Expats Bill Dallas Lewis, Bill the Geek. And if you're watching the rebroadcast of this and you would like to contribute to the channel, there is a link in the description below, and you click that and you can go into PayPal and use Visa, MasterCard, or American Express. So love you all. Hasta luego. Adios, que te vaya bien.